Good morning from the bottom of the Grand Canyon. Had a good night last night. It was just warm, very warm. I don't think it cooled off more than 75 degrees. Today's going to be hot again down here, so the key is to move quickly, but we only got like 14 miles, all uphill. I think the first 9 miles or so is going to be a nice gradual climb, and then it gets steep right at the end, last 5 miles or so. It'll be steep all the way up to the top of the North Rim, where we'll check in and see if we can get a spot at the campgrounds up there. We're following a creek for most of the day until it gets to the really steep part, so we'll have plenty of water access. And should be a cool side trail where we can get to go see a cool waterfall somewheres up there as well. So we'll kick it off. We'll pass through the Phantom Ranch area and then up this tight canyon. This is all part of the Phantom Ranch. Looks like you can rent a little cabin, and they got air conditioner running. That's kind of funny. If you're here in the middle of summer, you definitely need that. But there's like a dining hall or something here where you can get breakfast and dinner, but you have to pre-order it probably months in advance when you make your reservations. So you can't just show up and expect to get food, because they've only got a limited amount that you can pack in, and it's probably super expensive to eat food down here. Ribbon Falls is the cool waterfalls we'll take a stop at. Cottonwood Camp is 6.5 miles, and the North Rim is 13.4. These poles are part of the old telephone line system that they had strung through the canyon. Lots of back and forth, but these bridges are nice. Kind of looks like the sun's almost high enough to be coming over the rim. It'll be warming up once it does. Looks like the canyon's starting to open up a little bit. We're not so tightly enclosed in. There's a junction here for Ribbon Falls. And I think most of the comments said I want to take this one. We're about 0.3 until the main trail to the Ribbon Falls area, but you got to do a wet creek crossing. And most of the comments in Far Out said that this one might be better, so we'll see. I guess anywhere around here is good for the creek crossing to get to the falls. You can't do it without getting a little bit wet, and we'll dry out in a little bit anyway. It's not so bad. Less than knee deep. Nice and refreshing. There we go. There's Ribbon Falls. Very cool little place. We're back on trail. That was a fun little side excursion. Next stop is going to be the Cottonwood Campground in about a mile. I think the Cottonwood Camp is like a 0.1 ahead of us somewhere. This is one beautiful trail. There's the ranger station here at Cottonwood. I've already stopped and snacked on some stuff. It's a little crowded. I've had my break. I'm just gonna keep on moving. We're over halfway done now. Looking back up to the top of the south rim. I think I'm gonna take another sit-down break when I get to split off for the Manzanita Creek, I think it is. It might be one of the last opportunities to get water before the last final steep climb of the day, about 5 miles of the steepest stuff up to the top of the rim. But we'll hit that spot in just less than a mile, I think, from here. There's the Manzanita Bridge. We'll take a break somewhere just on the other side. Last opportunity to get water and stuff, I think, until we start the big climb. All done at the Manzanita Creek rest stop. Bathrooms and water access. I'm topped up on 2 liters. No more water from here. A little over 5 miles. This is going to be the steepest part of the day. And it's getting warm. I'll just do it slow and steady. I don't think it'll be too bad though. Looking back at the Manzanita area we just stopped at. Looks like a helipad up on the roof there. Wonder if all the ranger stations have helicopter access. The north rim is higher than the south rim. The height of the south rim was like 7,200 feet. The north rim's at 8,200 feet. So not only do we have to hike up to the elevation we started from on the south rim, you got to do 1,000 feet of extra climbing just to get out the north side. Very nice little waterfall coming right out of the rocks. I can see some people ahead in a shady nook taking a break. I think I'm going to join them by the time I get up there. Looks like a good spot. Yeah, it's a nice little place to take a break. A great view of where we came from. And from here we only got 3.5 more miles. Another nice flat bit. The trail kind of goes steep for a while and then it flattens out nicely. You get these little breaks. And there's usually always a little shaded alcove you can tuck into and take a breather. Overall, it's still not that bad of a climb. Oh, here's a nice bridge. The trail continues to wind up that way. We're about 2.5 miles to the top, I think, from here. I'm at a part with some rock slides going across the trail, and this just reminded me, I think the trail up here was closed last year because of a rock slide. Maybe some of this type of stuff. You can't exactly just push it down, you gotta make sure it doesn't disrupt more of the trail below you. Oh, we're getting there. Still over a mile though. Looks like this disappears into a little tunnel. Just a little tunnel. Look, trees. Exciting. There's a nice little shot. You can see all the way back to Humphreys from here. Tour group on horseback going by. Oh, another group heading on down. Well, we made it up to the rim. Survived the Grand Canyon. Next stop is going to be the North Rim Campground, which is just a little bit around the corner up here somewhere. Well, I just got checked in at a little kiosk there. $6 a night for the hiker-biker place. Man, you can't beat these prices. I think it was $25 to stay at Bright Angel, but I mean, up on the rim, $6 a night, that's probably the cheapest national park sites I've ever paid for. But this next building up ahead is the general store, so that's where we'll do our resupply and get some snacks and things. And then behind it, a little ways down there, is the hiker-biker section, and I've heard there's an awesome view from there. It is right on the rim, so I think I'm gonna go get set up in camp first, and then we'll check out the general store and get some snacks. I haven't had full lunch yet, but I've been snacking on several lunch breaks throughout the day and stuff. Right on the edge of the canyon. Can't beat this spot. Outstanding view of the Grand Canyon from the North Rim up here. You can see all the mountains in the background going back. Okay, time to get set up. I'm all set up. Time to go check out the general store. Here's what I'm having for my late lunch. Found a broccoli cheese bowl. Got that nuked up in the microwave here. Some donuts and an Arizona tea. Oh, back at the campground. I just bought a bunch of stuff at the general store. I need 3.5 days worth of food to get me up to Utah. So the Uncrustable sandwiches will be for breakfast. I got a whole bunch of snacks and things. And I got a little bit of leftovers there, so I think this will get me. They really didn't have anything dinner-wise at the general store, so I just kind of loaded up on a lot of snacks. Well, now I think I'm just going to be chilling in the tent for a bit. I think it's about 3 o'clock, and we got a lot of the tasks that we needed to do done. I think I'm good on food. We'll find out as we go. And I think the general store is open till 7 or 9. So maybe somewhere around 7, I'll be looking at heading back there for something for dinner. And then in the meantime, probably just take a nap or work on videos. So I'll check back later when we're up to something else. Well, this is what I've been up to for the last little bit, hanging out in the laundry room and getting some electronics topped up here for the final stretch. Warming up some steak and potatoes for dinner. Well, I think we're good to go for the day. Got dinner, got everything situated, got all electronics charged up at the last minute, and we got an awesome backdrop of the Grand Canyon at sunset. So I think we'll close it out here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Good night's sleep last night. The only thing is it was super windy, but well protected in the trees where I was at, so that was just fine. Nice and chilly morning, but it'll warm up. I think the highs around here are like 70 degrees. Overnight lows are around 40 to 45. Very stark difference to what it was at the bottom of the canyon. But we got like a mile walk to get back to the trailhead where we got off. And there was a little water fountain resupply station right there, so we'll top up. I think the next water source is, I don't know how far, more than 10 miles, I think. Might be a bit of a water carry today. Coming back up on the trailhead as other people are getting ready to drop into the canyon. Here's our water refill station, and then we'll be on our way. 10 more miles to the north end of the park. I think a lot of the remaining trail we have left all the way up to the border of Utah is going to be like rolling ups and downs like this. Nothing completely flat, but nothing too crazy steep or no more mountain climbs. It's just rolling hills. There's a little forest patch of young aspens. I like these trees, especially when like the sun's coming up and the trees are all full of their leaves. It kind of glows through everything. It's very pretty. I love that I'm back to hiking by myself. Grand Canyon was nice and all, but it was kind of crowded. It's nice seeing nobody for hours on end. I've been passing a lot of these electrical boxes out here, like every half a mile. And there's nothing else out here that requires power. So I'm not sure what all the relay stuff is for. As we're working our way up another hill here, I'm just remembering that today we hit the high point for the entire trail. We've been up and over 9,000 a couple of times already. And I think the high point's like 9,100 and something. I think we hit that somewhere shortly, a couple miles on the north end of the park here. Crossing Highway 67. I think that'll get you all the way up to Jacob Lake as a possible stop and resupply point, but I don't need to drop in there. I got everything I need. There's been just a couple of odd snow patches that I've been seeing. Nothing on trail though. This should be the last day I see any snow out here. Well, it's 9 o'clock and about that time for a sit-down break for second breakfast. So we'll enjoy a nice rest here and then back to it in a little bit. Back on trail. I was double checking distances. Looks like we got 4 miles until we exit the park out the north side. Oh, made it to the North Rim Lookout Tower. A little side excursion to go to this thing. It was like a 0.1 or so just off trail. It's looking a little more extra rickety than the one on the South Rim. Some of the metal beams are a little bent. So I think I'm gonna pass on attempting to climb this one. Oh, I think we're also at the high point for the entire trail. We're somewhere around 9,140 feet or so. Back to the trail. Now that we're through the highest point, This morning it's all been like rolling up hills, and now hopefully we have a lot more downhill. But we are less than a mile until we are officially outside of the Grand Canyon National Park. So that'll be the next landmark to cross. This looks like the park boundary. There's a gate, but you can just walk around it because there's no fence. And let's see what we got coming up. I'm unfamiliar with most of all of this stuff. Cool. This dirt road crossing is the Kaibab Plateau trailhead. I was just looking ahead for water sources, and it looks like about 4.5 miles there's a good spring, and if I move fast enough I can get there for lunch. So I think I'm just gonna do that. I don't know if there's any other opportunities to get water before then. There's still some snow up here. I just remembered something cool. There was another hiker at the campground with us, and he used to work for the National Park Service, so he knew a lot of fun facts about the park and stuff. And he said that the Grand Canyon area is one of the areas where they were releasing condors into the wild. So there's condor populations out here somewhere. They're extremely rare. I don't think there's too many out in the wild, but I've been keeping my eyes out for giant flying birds. It'd be super awesome if I could see one, and especially if I can get one on film. Looks like there's just a little bit of flowing water down in the crevice down there, so that's nice. Probably snow melt from the remaining patches. I'm not going to stop and collect any though. I'm going to keep moving. I got enough water to get me to the nice spring that's coming up in a few more miles. Some more bits of uphill. A lot of this area out here today has been reminding me of northern New Mexico out on the CDT. I feel like we're getting ready to cross into Colorado to get ready to tackle the San Juans. Made it to the Crystal Spring just in time for lunch. I think it just turned to noon. Looks like a full little concrete tub overflowing nicely. Definitely where we're taking a break. Back on trail after a good lunch break. I've chilled there for about an hour, hanging out with this other guy I've been hiking around the last, we've been around a lot of people the last week or so. Kind of seen a lot of familiar faces, all kind of at the same campgrounds through the Grand Canyon and such. But anyway, this one guy around today, Mousetrap, chilling, having lunch together. It sounds like a lot of us may all end up kind of on the same schedule. We're all kind of close to the finish now, all doing about the same number of miles per day. So we may have a small tramway kind of thing formed up here where everybody's kind of staying at the same camping area together and maybe all finishing at the same time. We'll see. But anyway, I may only have like 4.5 miles for the rest of the day. It's only 1 o'clock right now. There's like another water source, some kind of animal wildlife tank or something in like 3 miles. And then comments and far out, you're talking about a good camping site only like 1.5 miles after that. So we'll stop at the wildlife tank, take a little break there, load up on water, and then find out where this next campsite is. And probably have a bunch of other hikers that are looking to camp in the same area. Getting to an area where the terrain to the right side of the trail here just kind of drops away to a mini Grand Canyon. I think this lasts for about 2 miles or so. Might have some intermittent, neat little views. There's a lot of trees blocking the way. That might be the best view we get though. You can see some of the red rock cliffs though out there. Found another nice view opening in the trees. That's definitely the Grand Canyon down there. It's cool how flat all the surrounding terrain is, and then there's just one massive crack in the earth. This would be a cool area to camp up here. I see a picnic table. Getting these awesome overlook views out to the Grand Canyon. It is beautiful right here. But we got to keep going. We got to hit the water source, and then another 1.5 miles or so is where we'll be looking to camp. But this place looks awesome. There's a cool blaze. I want one of those. Those are metal. I haven't seen those on trail yet. Here's our last water source for the day. A little wildlife tank. Looks good enough. Looks like must be a rain collector design, where it all kind of filters down through here. Yep. Alright, so we'll load up here. I got 3-liter max carry, and we'll take a good break. Only maybe 1.5 miles to camp. All loaded up, back on trail. I haven't looked how far till the next water source will be, but we'll conserve nonetheless. I don't think it'll be something too crazy. Hopefully not. Anyway, only 1.5 miles to camp, so we'll see you up there shortly. The weather's been getting cloudier as the day's been going on. I don't think we're supposed to get any rain, but it's looking a little gloomy. A little cold breeze going on. As soon as I stop and set up camp, I'm gonna realize it's like actually cold outside. Bundle up some. Well, I think this will do it for the day. There's me all set up. It's only like a little after 3 o'clock, and I think we did about 21 miles. Just a little bit right off trail. And we got Mousetrap over here setting up his stuff. Been hiking around this guy most of today, off and on. And we'll probably have some of the rest of the guys that we've been hiking around through the Grand Canyon section and stuff will probably be joining us a little bit later. So I'm gonna get settled in the rest of the way, and we'll do dinner in a little bit and see if anybody else shows up. Well, we're working on dinner. I got my last cooked meal that I had, which was the, I had an extra instant mashed potatoes and the tuna and Spam and stuff, because we got a nice meal when we were last at the campground, so we got that cooked up. Joined some company. We got Double Yellow had showed up. A couple other guys as well. I think this might be our max of everybody that's going to be coming in tonight, but we'll see. Well, we're done with dinner. That was all really good. We'll just be chatting, enjoying each other's company for the rest of the evening here. And I think we'll go ahead and close it out. It's getting real now. There's only we're less than 60 miles to the border, so we're finishing this thing up, just a few more days. That's it for now, though. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one.